I realized that there were people, no matter what I accomplished, they would never see me beyond my skin.
I am very grateful that we do have role models, Kamala Harris and Michelle Obama and Aretha Franklin for me. I want them to know that I walked the same streets, but I never lost sight of what was important, and that was an education.
I look at young people now and they are excited that they have a mayor who looks like them.
They are loved. They are a unique creation of God, that they have a right to stand for social justice and racial equity.
Whether you want to be on the court, on a field, or in a front office, that your education is going to get you there. And if you're an athlete, that's a cherry on top.
It's time for us to get out of the shadows and be visible, because we can accomplish so much more when we're visible.
Welcome, I'm Kelly Jackson. This is Race, Listen, Learn, Live. Starting a meaningful conversation about race in America can often separate people before discussion even begins. Having that conversation can be uncomfortable. But if we don't create a dialogue, then people fool themselves into believing racism isn't that bad, that it doesn't exist. Our focus in this next hour is on Black women. Our hope, have an open mind. Listen to their experiences and help move the conversation forward. So let me introduce our panel. We begin with Reverend Tracy Blackmon. She's Associate General Minister, Justice and Local Church Ministries for the United Church of Christ. She's also a registered nurse. Last year, Kalia Collier was named Vice President of Community Relations for the St. Louis City Soccer Club. She also owns the St. Louis Surge, our city's professional women's basketball team. Mary Elizabeth Grimes is the president of Marion Middle School, the city's only all-girls Catholic middle school. She has more than 20 years of experience leading both nonprofit and for-profit organizations. Ella Jones is the first female and first African-American mayor for the city of Ferguson. She's also a pastor in the African Methodist Episcopal Church. Sports Illustrated called Jackie Joyner-Kersee the greatest female athlete of the 20th century. In 1988, the six-time Olympic medalist established the Jackie Joyner-Kersee Foundation, helping youth in the greater East St. Louis area reach their potential. Dr. Javita Owuweri is a breast surgeon at SSM Health DePaul Hospital and an advocate for women's health. And finally, Denise Times, an accomplished jazz entertainer known locally and nationally. She also serves as the executive director of the Mildred Times Foundation for Pancreatic Cancer. We began by getting to know our panel a little better. I asked them to share their experiences of racism. Reverend Blackmon starts us off, remembering an incident in high school involving a college recruiter.
And this particular day was Harvard's day. I didn't have an interest in Harvard. I had been there and it wasn't for me. But of course, I had not articulated that to the recruiter. And so he presents in front of this class of 32 students, of which I am the only Black student.
This isn't a movement. This is our lives, and we have to live it every single day.
It's going to be tough. It's a tough fight, but we just got to stick with it.
Walking in my neighborhood, I can't count the amount of times police have just conveniently driven past me.
When you get stopped by a police officer, stick your hand out the window. I'm like, stick your hand out the window? What's going on? He said, these cops will shoot you.
And I said, why'd you pull me over? And it was a white guy, and he says, because I ran your license plate and nothing came back.
I don't think racism is in your DNA. Like, you weren't born to be racist.
My objective through life has always been, I have to prove the narrative wrong.
And I'm really kind of sad and kind of embarrassed and feel awful that there is so much racism.
Welcome, I'm Art Holliday, alongside Five on Your Side's Rennie Knott and Ahmad Hicks. This is Race, Listen, Learn, Live. If you're one of the people who melts down at the mention of Black Lives Matter or systemic racism, or athletes using their platforms for overdue change, this may not be the program for you.